Green light, watch that green light. Man, I worked so hard, get the team right. Had to put it on my
Yo, Toughest Balls is back on your airways on this beautiful June 17th. You know, a couple days from Juneteenth, you know, got Freedom Day. And of course, you know, your boy, you know, everyone knows I have sickle cell and I'm wearing my SC Warriors shirt because also June 19th is World Sickle Cell Day. So got to represent for all my Warriors, all my SC Warriors out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
We keep going. Yes. We keep striving. We staying alive and we going to not stop. That's how we do it. TAB back on your airways. You know what I'm saying? With my big bro. We got a lot to get into today, man. I'm
ready.
This.
Ready like Freddie to rock real steady. Let's go.
It's no football, but hey.
It's coming. It's coming.
It's coming, and we still got, you know what I mean, what's going on in the NFL news there, you know. I want, you know. So, you know, we're going to start off with the NBA. We're going to get into the NFL. Then, of course, you see the hat he's wearing. We're going to get into some, you see that hat, you know what I'm saying? We're going to get into some baseball talk. And, of course, we're going to get into, you know, a little boxing, see, you know, what Big Bro think about Fury versus Wilder 3 and who's going to win that. But first, we're going to start off with the NBA because we had some big things happen these last couple days, bruh. I'm trying to tell you, you know what I mean? But I'm going to start off in order because a couple days ago, this man went off like he was at Rucker Park.
Yeah.
I don't remember the last time I seen this man do this. We all know he has it in him. He can do it anytime he wants to. That's why we were mad he went to Golden State. Mr. KD, bro.
Wow.
50? I mean, well, he had 49 points, 17 and 10. I got to ask a question, bro. I'm going to start
historic.
Is KD one of the top 50 greatest players of all time?
Yo, yeah, without a doubt.
So that means we're gonna have to move. We probably gonna have to look at the original 50. Remember the original that came out?
Yeah, the original 50.
We're gonna have to look at that because we're gonna have to move somebody out the way.
Yeah.
Because
I think when it's all yeah, go ahead.
Bro. go ahead, man. Go ahead. I'm in awe.
I think when it's all first of all, that game was a historic. That was just historic. When you shoot 16 of 23 from the floor, you're not just hot. You're on fuego, as we like to call it. You're exactly. Fuego. 16 of 23, and he had 20 points in the fourth quarter, which that's when real men show up.
Mm-hmm.
And the game, and he had the 3-pointer with 50 seconds left, protecting the Nets lead. That's, I mean, come on, you don't get no better than that. Is he a top 50 player? I believe that when it's all said and done and his career's over, he already got the chips, he already got the Finals MVP. He has all that. Like me and you were talking a couple of days ago, he's a steroid version of George Gervin.
That was a perfect, you know, I mean, that was a perfect example.
I think, you know, George shot 50% for his career. Let's just put that in perspective. I mean, the Iceman didn't believe in taking 3-point shots and
well, that wasn't a thing. All the stat stuff there is there.
Yeah.
That's when the 3-pointer became the 3-pointer. Everybody
Yeah, the 3-pointer and everybody went and
Chris Paul showed you don't need the 3 to be
yes,
effective.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Gervin said I'd rather shoot a 2 and hit 50% of my shots than shoot a 3 and hit 39% or 38%.
50% of your shots. That's above equal,
But we're talking for his career.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think a lot of players have done that. Yeah, but if you're gonna put Durant in that category, I think when it's all said and done, yeah, he's a top 50 player. I just hope he can do it again tonight.
he's going to need to because
yes.
Well, they say Harden is available. That's what Steve Nash said, and
Harden's going to play like Irving's out. Harden's going to play tonight. So he has to have another monster game in order for them to win again.
Yeah, Harden needs to he needs to contribute. If he's going to be on the floor, I think he was a decoy the other night, but if he's going to be on the floor, you're going to have to get more than 5, points.
Yeah. I think he
had some assists. He had some assists.
He balled a little bit.
For just coming back and being out.
Right. I think he'll be better this game, though. I think Harden will be better this game around. He'll get back in the flow of things, and I don't think. I expect a bigger game from Harden tonight. That's the guy I'm looking at tonight. Let's see what he can do. Game 6.
I always said, bro, who I'm watching in the playoffs.
Yes,
Harden.
Harden.
I know KD can show up. I know Kyrie can show up. We watching you, brother.
Yeah, and tonight is the closeout game. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens in that closeout game.
I mean, how Giannis talking, he's sounding kind of like he bowing out already. Like, KD's the greatest.
Yeah, he's the greatest. Yeah.
Like, you don't say, bro, you know what school we come from. You don't tell that to your opponent while you're in the series.
Right. You give credit where credit is due. He should have done that. But I mean, he's anointing him now as the greatest player in the NBA and the greatest player in the world. So,
So we're going to have to visit that list, that original.
So I'm anticipating. I'm waiting to watch that game tonight. I'm going to see what happens.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting either way. It's going to be exciting either way.
Yeah.
But so this goes right into our next question because with that game tonight and with Harden, available,
right?
See what KD going to do. Kyrie's not going.
Mm-hmm.
Can that still beat the Bucks?
Yes.
Now, if Harden plays like if Harden plays like he did the other night, you think they can still?
Yeah, they can still win. It's just, but it's going to be tough tonight because they're playing in Milwaukee.
Mm-hmm.
The fans are going to be behind the Bucks.
Oh yeah.
I'm looking toward a Game 7 in Brooklyn. That's the feeling I got.
Yeah.
That's the feeling I get right now. But if Durant has a monster game and Harden helps him along the way more than he did last game, then I think the Nets might close it out tonight. Might. But I expect the Game 7 in Milwaukee.
Yeah, well, if we know what's best for the Nets, they want to handle business tonight and
rest.
So Harden can get as much rest as he needs and therapy and training, whatever he needs to get back to, what we know what James Harden can be. So it's exciting, man. It's exciting. I think they can still beat him too, especially with how, you said it before, Middleton is sometimey, he's not consistent. And, Drew Holiday, I don't know.
The people got to realize, Marcus, this is the playoffs. You got to bring it every game.
No, but I'm just saying, like, Giannis, you stayed there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You could have went to Miami. You could have been you would have probably definitely be in the finals. You got Butler on your side and those young gunners, like, Nunn and you know what I mean? Right. So come on, man. Like, you stayed, so you better suck it up and don't be telling somebody they the greatest and believe you're the greatest. I'm just saying, like, that's how we roll, bro. So
yeah, you're right.
We both think the Nets can win. I think Giannis, He needs to learn about gaining some respect for himself as a top player.
Yeah, and I believe in what you said, Marcus. You can't give, especially in a playoff series,
While
you
you
can't give
in
other
the
people
series,
crap. You gotta hate the other. We gotta hate the other team. You gotta hate the players, hate the team, hate the coaching staff, hate the fans. Listen, you're playing for a NBA ring,
a world champion. This is an it's an American sport, but this is not. It's players from all around the world in this league. It's a true world championship.
Yes.
So
you gotta.
I don't want to hear, he's the greatest.
Yeah, no. I want to hear we're gonna get him tonight.
He's a great player, but we're gonna handle business next game.
There you
move on to the next question. And talking about gaining respect as we move on to our next question.
God. I know where you're coming.
CP3. Does Chris Paul get enough respect? I'm not talking about the league. I'm talking about from fans. Do we understand what we're seeing when we watch him play?
Yeah, I don't think he gets enough credit from the fans, and the fans leave him out. Like, they'll put a lot of point guards ahead of him.
Yeah.
Like Lillard and some of the other guys, like even Derrick Rose. Like some people might put Derrick Rose ahead of him. He does get the respect from his peers, though.
Yeah,
from
he gets that.
From the players and everything like that. But the fans don't give him enough credit. Chris Paul's a winner. Everywhere Chris Paul goes, he elevates the team. He makes the team better.
Yes.
100%. And Phoenix just picked him up last year. They brought him over there, and look what he's done with that team. He's like made him like a 600 team. They had one of the best records in the league.
Yeah.
Like you said,
Phoenix management didn't really want him at first.
Right.
So I'm guessing Monty Williams had to go in there.
Yeah. And tell him,
look what he's done with Houston. Look what he's done with Oklahoma. Like, what do you mean? He changes the culture,
Yeah.
And now they're championship contenders.
Yeah. And I believe right now, the way things are going, I do believe the Suns are gonna. I had Utah coming out of
too, but our boy is
now.
hurt.
I think the Suns. The Suns are on a mission, and they're rested. They're waiting for the winner out of that Clippers and Utah Jazz series. I do believe that Phoenix can beat either one of those teams.
Yeah, I believe the same, especially with how both teams play. And, of course, our boy Donovan Mitchell, he's not healthy. He's not 100%.
Right.
You can see that. So, I mean, with how Phoenix is playing, I'm looking at the Clippers too, and, we'll get into them in a second.
Yeah.
But, man, like he's special when he went that one play where he looked like he was going to pass and it was like a dribble and then he popped.
Yeah. That was outrageous. Yeah,
that was crazy. Park? Is this? Yeah. Are we in New York City? What?
That was crazy. And especially in that game, he took mid jumpers, didn't miss. The guy was incredible. He knows how to get to his spot. He knows how to shoot that little 15, 18 foot, 10 foot jump shot. Wow. What a performance that last game he had. And
he makes Devin Booker better.
Yes.
Devin Booker is so much better.
Yes.
Now that Chris Paul, we knew he was talented, but now he's starting to look like, okay, Devin Booker is looking like an all-star right now. Yes,
they got a young team besides Paul.
Yep, they got DeAndre.
Everybody else is young, so if they add some more pieces to that puzzle, like get a free agent, a trade, Phoenix might be around for a while.
You think they can afford all of them, bro? Like,
well, if they want to
coming up on his contract, you know what I mean?
There's a few free agents out there that they can snatch.
Yeah.
DeRozan, maybe. DeRozan would be a good fit with
we'll
that
see
team.
if they willing to pay the money. You know.
Yeah, that's number one.
Yeah, but yeah, like you said earlier, I don't think Chris Paul gets enough respect from the fans.
Yeah, no, he doesn't.
We don't.
But we all know how good he is.
Yeah. Oh, we're sports nuts, so of course we know.
Yeah, we know how good he is. Even though nobody else sees it, we know.
So
how good he is.
keeping it with Chris Paul and the Suns. I'm gonna go ahead to the next question, bro. Like,
yeah,
can the Suns win the championship?
Yes. They're I do believe they're gonna win the Western Conference.
Yes.
Let's just put it out there. My pick has always been Utah. I mean, I'm still staying with my pick, but Donovan Mitchell is not healthy. They're not healthy, and I owe Paul George an apology.
Oh yeah, we're gonna wait. Let's take our time, bro. We're gonna get to playoff.
All right. Let's stick with the plan. Yes, I do believe the Suns. I do believe the Suns can win a title because one, they play defense.
Mm-hmm.
Two, they got shooters.
Mm-hmm.
And three, that guy in the middle hits 50% of his shots.
Yeah.
So when he gets the ball down low, it's either an automatic 2 or he's going to get fouled.
Yes, I didn't mention that too. Chris Paul has made DeAndre Ayton better as well. And we're starting to look at him okay, he's a good big man.
And he does not miss. When he gets the ball down low, 10 feet, 5 feet, it's either
we knew he was good in college. But I haven't really seen it in the NBA like you want to. Now you're seeing it.
Yes.
Now you're seeing
the development. Yes. You're seeing the process, as Joel Embiid would say. You're seeing the process.
We're gonna talk about them too.
Yeah, they got a good shot of winning the title. I think if they get there, it'll be tough because one of those teams out in the East is either Brooklyn. I still have Brooklyn as a favorite, but can they win a championship? Yes. They're a good coach team. They play defense. They shoot high percentage shots.
Ball. They pass that. They play team ball, and that's what I love.
Let's not forget about Jay Crowder too.
Jay Crowder, the former Celtic. I can't forget him.
Miami, who went to the finals, coming over to Phoenix, and now helping that team go to where they're supposed to go. He's been a big part of that rising of the sun.
Yeah, he's every team he's been a part of. He's a major contributor. Yeah. So big up to Jay Crowder, man. So I think the Suns can win a championship. I think they have a shot to win a championship, especially with all the injuries and everything that's going on now. I really think they have a shot at winning, and that's shocking to even say that this year, bro. You know what I mean? Talking about winning a championship as we stay in the NBA. I think we thought this team had championship pedigree before, but after another blown lead, 26 to be exact, folks. Remember that. 19 the other night. Bro, next question? What's wrong with the Sixers? What's wrong? I mentioned that to somebody. I texted them. I said they choking like two scandalous women on. Never mind. We're not going to go there. But
they're choking. They're succumbing.
That's no other way you're going to put it.
They're succumbing to the pressure. Ain't no way you lose a 26-point lead at home in front of your fans, and you don't make a field goal in the fourth quarter with 7 minutes to go. I think Tobias Harris was a mistake.
My brother, my stepbrother.
I can't believe Philly gave him all that money.
My stepbrother is a big Philly fan, and I said, y'all might need to trade Tobias Harris. He's not worth that contract.
No, he is not.
It seemed like as soon as he got the contract, his play is going the other way.
And the only reason that he was balling in Detroit before they got that trade and they got him over there and they signed him all that money because he was the only person that can score over there. So of course you're going to get more points. He was
with the Clippers, right? Or
he was with the Pistons.
So he went from the Clippers to the Pistons to the Sixers.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And Yo, listen, the man is not worth the money they gave him.
It's just I don't get it. I understand the Ben Simmons thing. We just seen players that can't shoot, but you can't sit him in the fourth quarter because of what he can do on defense. But right. Joel Embiid, make a couple shots. You looking like Superman in the first half.
Yes.
Bro, and I love Ben Simmons. I love Joel Embiid. Tobias Harris, I don't know, man. I don't know. Ben Simmons, you need to work on that shot, bro.
Yeah. He has to stay in the gym and shoot 1,000 shots every day because if he had his jump shot like a mid-range like Chris Paul,
yeah,
he'd be dangerous.
They'll be blowing out.
He'd be dangerous.
They already blown out without him being. They 26 points, and then the game before that, 19-point lead. And both how do you blow that? And then everybody looking at Doc Rivers because they said that he's been part of 5 of the last 7 biggest comebacks in NBA in the last couple seasons.
Right.
Like, so they're looking at him too, like, and it's not fair, you know what I mean, to him because he's a coach. See, these players, bro. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, I don't understand it, but I remember Embiid saying trust the process, right?
Oh yeah, we remember.
And well, I remember back in the late 70s when the Sixers got Dr. J and Julius Erving, and they went to the finals against the Portland Trail Blazers, led by Bill Walton, Maurice Lucas, all them guys, and the heavily favored the Sixers to win the NBA championship. They ended up losing in 4 games to 2. And the chant from the Philly players was, "We owe you one." They went back to the finals again in 1980. They lost. Went back to the finals again in 82. They lost. So it gets, and then finally in 83 they got they broke through. They won the championship. We ain't trusting the process no more.
Nah.
That's been you should have been to the finals. They should have been to the finals the last 3 years.
Yeah, I was just about to say at least the last 2 years.
The last 2 years they should have been to the finals. If they don't get to the finals this year, they're gonna revamp, I think, a little of that team. And like you said, Simmons has to start shooting a J.
I mean, he's too valuable to trade. So, dude, you got to work on your shot, man.
Yeah, you can pass, you can rebound, you can throw behind the back passes, but you gotta shoot in the NBA.
And free throws.
Another thing, yes.
Like, dude, like, come on,
but when your superstars don't get it done, I mean, you deserve to lose that game. If you can't make a basket with 7 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, not one field goal, you deserve to lose. And you're 14. The Hawks went on a what was it, a 52-21 run, which and then they went 14 on a 15-0 run in that fourth quarter. You can't do that. You can't be a championship team and contend.
Yeah, you can't melt down like that. You know?
No, that's unheard of. That's unheard of. Good luck to them in Game 6 in Atlanta, though.
Yeah, wow. Hotlanta. It's going to be Hotlanta for them.
Yeah, Hotlanta. Yeah, Hotlanta.
Hotlanta for them that night. So, so as we move on from the Sixers, before we get out the NBA, got one more question on here. At the performance we saw last night, and I think maybe he got inspired from KD's performance. With KD having injured teammates, and we know one of his teammates, Mr. Kawhi Leonard, is going to be out indefinitely. So at 37 points, his nickname, Playoff P. So
Playoff P.
Is Paul George truly a playoff P now?
Well, first of all, let me apologize.
He was on. This is on the road game.
Yeah, let me apologize to the man because I've been bringing up his name a few times, saying how he's overrated. He's overrated. He's not worth what they gave him, and he comes out and has a monster game and puts him in a 3-2 series lead. Let's see what he does next game though, because You know, Paul George, he'll get 37, 12, and 10.
Didn't go miss.
And then the next game, he won't show up. You
Yeah,
shoot
that's it. Yeah,
6'25",
yeah.
have 12 points, 7 rebounds. We'll see if he shows up now. Now that the pressure is on him to bring that team to the conference finals.
Well, we kind of see him do. We did this when he was with Indiana. You know, when he was younger, he had to be,
Right.
you know, the guy at a young age. He hasn't been that guy in a while, but this is the guy we know he can be. This is all we want you to be. You're going to call yourself playoff P, then play.
Yeah, and then next game, he'll be Bugs Bunny P.
Boing, just out of there. Where's he at? Where'd he go? Where'd he go?
Yeah, so we have to see next game.
Okay.
We have to see next game.
So we're not going to crown him playoff P yet. You know?
Nah, they can crown him playoff P all he wants to. We're going to find out Friday night if he's playoff P or not. They're home. They're up 3-2. We'll see what happens then.
Yeah, we'll see. But I think he has no choice. So
we're gonna show
up. We'll show up, Mr. PG-13, Paul George.
Yeah.
Show up, baby. You know, we want you to be that guy. We want you to be that guy. As we move out of the NBA into the NFL, bro. And I had this question because I heard your quarterback.
Oh, I love my quarterback.
Did you hear what he said? He said,
yeah, I heard what he said. I love my quarterback.
He would, if he got traded, he would retire because he wants to be a Raider for life.
That's like, and me and him agree on that. I'm a Raider for life too. I haven't my team since 1970. And I will never change my team. Yeah. And I love that he has that ambition and that love.
So you have that much faith
his team.
in your team. You have that much faith in your team. I'm looking at your coach and I'm asking, bro,
Chucky,
if they don't make the playoffs, like we been expecting them to at least the last 2 seasons, 2 years, they should have been there.
Yep.
Will Gruden be on the hot seat if Raiders don't make the playoffs?
He's already on the hot seat. To me.
No, I'm just saying, will you think he'd be?
He's already on the hot seat. He has to make the playoffs this year. If he doesn't make the playoffs this year, I do believe the Raiders will go in a different direction. They didn't pay him all that money to fail. They paid him to win a Super Bowl, be a playoff caliber team, be the AFC champion caliber team, and to win a Super Bowl. That's why he got paid the 10-year, $200 million contract.
$100 million freaking contract.
He hasn't succeeded yet. And this year, I do expect them to be better this year. That's just me. I'm biased. I'm a fan. They got the right defensive coach this time in Bradley. They got players over there. They signed a couple free agents. Their offensive line looks a little bit better. I expect them to do big things this year. If he don't, then he's gone, Marcus. I think they have to move in another direction.
I mean, because they came out the gate giving you that big contract. We don't usually see coaches getting $100 million.
Well, not only that, they were 6-3 the last 2 years at the halfway point. So, and they didn't make the playoffs. That's coaching. That's not players giving up or nothing. That's just coaching. You got to get your team prepared. But now I think with the addition of Bradley, with the addition of some of the free agents they got, it's starting to look good. We'll see what Bradley can do with this team on defense. Defense was the problem all along with this team. It wasn't never the offense. The offense can score. They averaged almost 28 points a game last year, 25, 26 points a game. Offense was never a problem. The defense has let him down.
Yeah,
you always complain about. But he's on the hot seat now. Forget about if you don't make the playoffs. He's on the hot seat right now.
Right now, before the season even started.
Yeah,
so,
right now.
I mean, I have to agree, man. You come up with this big talk. You got to, cool track record, former Super Bowl champion. And yeah, bro, I think you're right. So, well, I don't know if he's up out of there. I don't know if the owner is that guy to, because he paid him that much money, he's willing to cut that loss and then find another guy,
If
So
we
I
don't
don't
make
know.
the playoffs, I'm going to Las Vegas myself. And I'm gonna sit up there. Yeah, I'm gonna sit in there. And if I see Chucky, I'm gonna tell him, "You got to go, bro.
It's time. It's over.
It's time for you to go.
Go back to go back to ESPN.
Yeah, yeah. 6-3 in the last 2 years in a row at the halfway point,
Yeah,
and you don't make the playoffs.
yeah,
You got to go, bro.
yeah.
You better get another coach.
Yeah, I agree, bro.
Hire me. I'll
You
turn
know.
that team around.
Hey,
Hire me.
they gotta change that play on. They gotta change that play on the field defensively, like you said.
Yes.
And talking about changing the play on the field, as we move to our next question, I saw the big hoopla about this the other day. Mr. Tua, the Miami quarterback,
Mm-hmm.
had 5 interceptions, at OTAs or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm like, okay, I'll ask a question. I'm like, what? Okay. Should the Dolphins be concerned with Tua's performance in the OTAs?
No.
It's thank you, bro.
No. Why? It doesn't count. There's nothing behind it. It's just practice. They're just getting familiar with their players and the staff and everything.
We talk about practice.
There you go. They're just getting familiar with the team they have, the players, what their likes and dislikes are, where I throw the ball here and there. No. He'll be ready. He'll be fine. He'll be ready. Season opener. That's against the Patriots, your Patriots.
Yes, sir.
On September 12th. So he'll be fine. He'll be fine.
I think he'll be fine too. I'm like, I never heard someone report how many interceptions a QB had at OTAs. So I'm like, why is this even a story? You guys have nothing. You got all the news in the world, sports news, and we don't have nothing else to talk about.
Talk about Tua's 5 interceptions, really? Practice.
We talking about practice. As the great AI, the legend would say. But I agree, bro. It's just OTAs. I think he's going to get better. Yeah. We'll just move past this little.
He's in a good system.
Yeah, nonsense news. I just had to bring that up because I found it funny.
No, that's fine. And of course, people ask us these questions all the time on our show, and we give them the answers.
Exactly. So that's what
we give them the answers.
Give them the answers straight up. It's keeping it in the AFC as we move from, talking about the whole Dolphins situation. Everybody's making a big fuss about this team, saying what they are, looking at their whole roster. And I want to ask a question on paper. Just on paper. And I asked him out on the field.
That's all it is. It's on paper.
I'm not asking on the field. We can ask that question on another episode. But this question, on paper, are the Browns the best team in the AFC?
No.
And who would you? Okay, if they're not, who would you put ahead of the Browns?
The Kansas City Chiefs are still the best on paper. The Kansas City Chiefs are still the best all-around team in the AFC. The Kansas City Chiefs with Patrick Mahomes and Kelsey and all them guys over there, and they've added two former All-Pros on the offensive line to revamp that offensive line. Andy Reid's the coach. And as much as I hate to say it, because I'm a Raider fan, of course, the Kansas City Chiefs are the best team in the AFC. You have to get past them.
Pats fan. I hate that too.
Yeah, you have to get past them in order to win anything. The Super Bowl in the AFC goes through Kansas City. It runs
through Kansas City, and it's going to probably run through there.
Is Cleveland good on paper? Yes. Do they have the weapons to keep up with Kansas City? Yes. Do they got defense? Yes. Everything. They have everything. Good coach, quarterback, receivers, defense. They have to get through Kansas City first. That's who the AFC runs through, is Kansas City.
I mean, I think when you look at the roster, you could maybe say, but I think have a chance at being the best team.
Yeah, no, they got all pros and superstars at almost every position.
Offense and defense.
Offense and defense.
You know what I mean? Both sides of the ball.
Can they beat Kansas City in the playoffs? That's the main thing.
Yes. So
because I do expect them to win their division.
I mean, if you look at some of the games last year, bro, like Kansas City scooted past, like they got passed by some of those teams with a few points. If you go look back at some of those games, you know. Yeah. So I think if Kansas City stay on this right, you know, trajectory that they're on, I think they could be the best team. But I think on paper, I think you're right. I think it's still those freaking Chiefs out there in Kansas City, you know, that's the best squad in the AFC.
Yeah, we don't like them. You don't like them. I don't like them. But like I said, this is tough as balls. We give credit where credit is due.
Yeah,
Kansas City's the best team.
We don't deny greatness. That's one thing we do not do.
No,
even we don't like you. We don't deny your greatness.
Yeah. So, and let's not forget all those other teams in the AFC got a little better too. Tennessee just got Julio Jones. They went 11-5 last year. Mm-hmm. The Colts are going to be good. They went 11-5 this year. Kansas City's always going to be good. Mm-hmm. The Ravens still got that running back quarterback, Lamar. They're going to be good. Cleveland's going to be. I think Pittsburgh takes a step down this year. I think they go down a notch. So
they got a new offensive coordinator. They got a new offensive coordinator.
Buffalo, Miami. I expect big things out of the Raiders this year, or Gruden is gone. So I mean, the AFC is going to be a tough league. And don't forget, we're playing 17 games now, so instead of 16. Yeah, I can't wait. You know, that is so beautiful. It's beautiful. I wish they could play 20.
Another day of wings and beer. Just
yes.
We appreciate that, NFL. We appreciate that. But I think, you know.
And they just opened up a wing stop right by my house. So, you know, I'll be visiting them. I'll be visiting them on Sunday.
We have one by ours and probably the last.
Just opened up. I got a coupon that said, you get five free wings with an order. Go in there tomorrow.
Well, we moved that. We moved there at the end of November. We probably hit up that wing stop probably 3 or 4 times already. Since we've been out there. So Wingstop is the pot, you know, is the spot.
And you're coming over here, so we're gonna have to stop there.
We go after the show. I will tell you what, you know, see what the plans are going to be when we get down there. But
beautiful.
Yeah, man. I think, you know, the Browns, they can be. We'll see what they do. It's exciting everything that's going on in the NFL. In the NFL as we move along and get into some baseball talk.
Oh,
yeah, I'm not smiling, you know. There's one guy, you know, one question, and you know, we kind of like him because we don't hate on the Mets. We kind of support the Mets, you know, as Yankees fans. So, but yeah, we're gonna get into that first New York team, our squad, and their play of late.
That Gary is scary.
It's up and down. It's up and down. We don't have we can't get a, you know, steady streak going.
Yeah.
I'm looking, you know, you brought it up a few times. You said he's on a hot seat now.
Yep.
I'm going to ask a question. Bro, was Aaron Boone the wrong hire for the Yankees?
No. I don't believe so. Aaron, he
remember that. Just remember the season they had, Girardi's last season, and we looked at them. We like, yeah, they can go to the World Series. I think next season they can go to the World Series, and they haven't gotten there.
COVID season, which we don't really count that. I mean, we don't really count the COVID, the bubble, but I mean, he got hired in 2019, right? Mm-hmm. He won 103 games. Mm. No.
But that's coming off what they, you know what I mean? Bro? Like they're a good team already. All you just got to do is manage them right.
No, but he won 219 games. Mm-hmm. 103 games then.
Mm-hmm.
And he won another in 2020, which was last year, the
Last
COVID.
season. Mm-hmm.
He won 33 games. I mean, and we all know about Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
And this year, I mean, he's on a pace to win 80, 86 games, 85 games, which that's not going to cut it in the American League East this year.
No.
Is he on the hot seat? I mean, you got some crazy Yankee fans want him to fire him.
Well, you were saying before in the show.
I was one of them too, but then I retract and I'm like, okay. So their first baseman has been hurt. Luke Voigt, he's coming back soon. Kluber, their pitcher, which was a no-hitter, he's out for 2 months. He just got hurt. Andujar. Now, some of these guys are starting to get back on track. Andujar's playing every day. He's hitting the ball again. Sanchez is getting back to his old self. 2016 Sanchez, 2017 Sanchez, the Sanchez we saw when he first came up. I would like to see all these Yankee hitters get hot at the same time.
But
And
bro,
and then you'll see a different Yankee team. We know DJ LeMayo is not a 260 hitter. He's a 300 hitter.
Yeah.
He's hitting 260 right now. We got to get production from the end of the lineup. That the 7 through 9 has been terrible for us. Everybody's fed up with Stan.
Well, we brought him up a few times on here. You know, we say he's not a true Yankee yet. You know, and like we said, A-Rod had to go through that with Yankees fans, you know.
Yeah. And
he won.
I've talked to a lot of Yankee fans down here. They're done with him. They're just completely done with him. When you're in New York, and as fans as we are of the game, we don't expect nothing but a chip. We have the players to win it, but it's New York. You got to produce or you got to go. That's just the way it is.
His issue is how we watched him play the seasons before he got up to New York.
Right.
And you haven't matched that yet.
And not even close.
So he can say, you know, screw the fans or what. I don't know what he thinks. I'm not going to put words in the man's mouth, but dude, you have to take this heat right now. If you don't, if you don't,
and we're gonna give it to you as New York fans. We're gonna give you this heat.
We're gonna give
it. We're gonna give it to you.
You know what I'm saying? So
we love you. You're on our team and everything. But if you don't perform, we're gonna give it to you.
Yeah, I don't know about the new stadium, but I know in the old stadium he had some choice words. There have been some choice words from fans screaming at Stanton. So I don't know about the bougie front seats they have now. I don't know about that crowd, but the old school crowd, they would have been in his ear, and he wouldn't have liked what they said. He wouldn't have liked that.
In the words of the famous, may rest in peace, DMX. X is gonna give it to you. Just like me, Marcus are gonna give it to you. That's
just that New York energy, you know. That's that Yonkers. That's that New York energy. BX, if you don't give us what we want, we gonna give you something.
We gonna give it to you. We gonna give it to you.
I mean, bro, I'll be honest, Aaron Boone, I honestly think he was the wrong hire. I think they let go Girardi a season too early. I think if Girardi stayed one more season, we would have had that chip that next year. It's just you know how teams, you see how they grow. You see how these teams grow before they win a championship. And the Yankees were right there. They let Girardi go. I understand he's burnt out being in the New York market and having that pressure on you being in, New York City, but he's won. So, I mean, he's already proven
he's won his share of games, correct.
So like, man.
And he's not doing a bad job in Philadelphia.
No.
They're in second place. They're a 500 team, 33 wins, 33 losses.
He looks a lot more relaxed out there.
And he's getting back some of his players now that he had hurt or injured. So I expect Philly to make a little run pretty soon coming up.
I know some diehard Yankees fans in New York probably like, oh, wow, that Girardi did to go. I feel you, but I'm just saying I'm going off my opinion. I'm just going off my opinion, what I feel what our team should have done and we would have had that 28th.
Yeah,
right now,
automatically.
in my opinion, as we,
all day.
You know what I'm saying? As we stay in baseball and keep it in New York City. Looking at this man yesterday, this man's on fire. And you said he's a MVP candidate.
God, I wish he stayed healthy.
That's the question, bro. Will he stay healthy? Will deGrom stay healthy to finish season and possibly get that MVP?
God, I sure hope so, because
he was just on the IL in May.
Well, this is the thing about deGrom. We're Yankee fans.
Mm-hmm.
Last night, I watched the Mets game last night before I turned on the Yankee game last night, just to watch deGrom pitch.
Isn't that funny? You get, let me watch the Mets.
Wait, deGrom is pitching? Wait, yeah, I'm switching this game right now. After he went down with the injury, I mean, he struck out 8 batters in 3 innings. He was perfect. 9 men up.
He was on fire. Then he left. And then he left.
Oh. And then that's when I switched the channel back to the Yankees.
Oh,
and I'll be the first one to admit it. Being a Yankee fan, I love the way deGrom pitches. Yes. He's a superstar.
Yes.
He's one of the best pitchers to come around in the last 5 years.
Yes. To be in the New York market, though, to be a pitcher like that in the New York, you know, our guy Cole, but I don't think he's gained that New York pride from the fans yet. I think we're still like, okay, Cole, you gotta show us. We know what you can do, but you gotta show us. But deGrom is like, he's like the man in New York right now. Yeah,
he is. And not only that, he also got an RBI single. The man can hit.
He
can hit and pitch. But he's getting an MRI done.
He said he batted in 6 runs. Like, what the?
Yeah, he's getting an MRI done on his right shoulder today, as a matter of fact. So we'll find out more about him. Don't forget, deGrom is 32 years old. Mm-hmm. He's like in the stage of his prime, like, 28 to 34. Yeah. So, I mean, reports have it that he's probably going to miss, a couple starts, but he'll be back. But yeah, man, if he stays healthy, dude, he's the most, I think, I mean, you once in a while you can get a hit, of course. I'm not going to say you can't get a hit off him, but I think he's the most dominant pitcher right now in the game today, when healthy.
Yep.
I mean,
there's no question.
The way he was going last night was like he could have thrown a no-hitter last night.
Mm-hmm. We want Garrett Cole to be that. That's what we need.
Yes.
You to be. We understand he's doing his job. We understand he's doing.
Now, here's the funny thing, Marcus. deGrom was pitching yesterday. Jarrett Cole was pitching yesterday, right? I'd rather have watched deGrom than watch Jarrett Cole.
It's but like you said, it's the style in deGrom and how he pitches.
Yeah.
It's how,
and there was no switching back either, like going from channel to channel. I'm staying on deGrom. Yes. That's it. I'm watching the commercials.
It's the look of the pitch. It's his form. It's his style. And he's just the man right now, in Queens. And BX, Garrett Cole, you want to take over the city. I understand, your offense is not on point, but I think deGrom has the spot you should probably be in because you're a Yankee. I'm just saying.
Not only is he the king of Queens, he's the king of New York.
That's what I mean. Not just Queens. He's the king of New York. When it comes to pitching in New York, he's the man right now. So
but he is the Doug Heffernan of the Queens. He's the king of Queens.
You know what I mean? As we move on from Mr. deGrom, as he's a player that we like. I don't know if I don't know if this man can relate to the players of today. And I'm going to ask the question, Mr. MLB Commissioner, big bro, is Rob Manfred out of touch with MLB players?
Yes.
Especially what you see what's going on with the spider tag and, we saw what Tyler Glasnow said he had, is he, and what, but the thing about the spider tag, what I found out, bro, like, It's not. Teams were ordering it. It was professional teams ordering this stuff. Is from a guy that was a weightlifter that invented this stuff.
Right.
So he said he saw orders jump when he started seeing shipments go to teams, not to players, to teams.
Right.
So you're allowing this. The league is allowing this. When they're like, go ahead.
Yeah.
And now you want to be like, no, you naughty boys, don't you do this? Yeah. Like, what is wrong with you?
I never liked him as a commander.
Thank you. I've been wanting to say, I'm glad you said it first, bro.
Well, I'll say the things you don't want to say, Marcus. Don't worry.
You know what I'm saying?
I never liked him. The only way he can convince me is if he lets Pete Rose back in the Hall of Fame.
Well, that's long overdue, and
that's long overdue. But I never liked him. I think the Astros should have been stripped of their title.
Yeah, some people complain about that. Oh, you gave the Astros immunity just so they would talk? Like, what kind of...
Yeah, and you caught him red-handed cheating. That's the whole thing. There was players that came around it, but he doesn't... I mean...
He's out of touch.
I wish we'd have another commission. Let's put it that way.
We can look at Adam Silver in the NBA, and he gets it. He's not perfect, but... He's probably the most relatable commissioner. We look at Roger Goodell. He was a hard, you know what?
Yeah, everybody hates him, but he does his job.
He's coming around. Seems like he's, trying to, be in contact with the players. But Manfred is just like,
let's get rid of him.
Like the old man.
You know what? I don't even want to talk about him no more. Let's just get rid of him. Let's just end the conversation right there. I don't really want to discuss this guy. This guy makes me sick. There's a lot of things that he can do for baseball that he's not doing. And
you know what I thought, bro? You know what I thought? I was thinking. This is my opinion. This is just my opinion.
Tough as balls.
If Rob Manfred, was to leave or get fired by the owners, who could replace him? So I'm looking around, I'm like, the man I'm thinking about, I think relates to players. He's bought championships to two cities that were championship droughts. You know what I'm gonna say, bro? Theo Epstein.
Theo Epstein.
I think he would be the perfect commissioner for MLB.
And he came in as a young owner or
a young GM,
baseball operations GM, general manager, and I think he would be a perfect fit.
As and it came to me I'm like, who could replace? Bam! That's the first person that came to my mind. I said, Theo Epstein. He will I think he could bring ratings back to baseball because he gets it. I think he gets it. I really do. When you can bring championships to teams that were without championships for forever, it seemed like.
Well, Theo, if you're out there listening to us, we can use you as a general manager too and get rid of Cashman. That's just we had our words about Cashman. That's just my opinion, my thing.
We've had our words about Cashman.
Yeah. When you sign a guy from the Pirates like Thailand, who sucks, he just completely sucks. And you got other players that I don't know, just don't work out for you. I think Cashman is hurting the Yankees more than anybody else, but that's a different story.
I brought that up before too, bro.
That's a different story.
He's he's a little arrogant, and you can tell when he gets interviewed, he has this pompous like I'm a big shot in New York.
He brought Thailand over from Pittsburgh, and he's 1-4. He sucks. And you gave him all that money for a year. He stinks. I mean, there was other pitchers on the market that we could have went after, and he didn't do it. And he signs this guy.
We know Red Sox fans. Red Sox fans, they won't like. What Epstein to the Yankees? What the? He sold out.
Yeah, they'd be probably upset.
Hey, better for us. But I think as a commissioner, I think That's the only person I could think can replace Manfred. You have
Yeah, that would be yeah, that would be a good
you need a
replacement.
commission that can relate to players. I don't care if you work for the owners. You need to relate to the labor. You need to relate to the labor. Who's making your money?
Correct.
Who's
100%.
making your money? Like, come on now. That's come on.
Yeah.
That's common sense. Come on now.
And
You
that
know,
is that little thing there with the baseballs and everything like that, that's to be continued.
Yeah, to be continued. So yeah, well, this whole saga with the baseball and them want to look the other way and now want to enforce a rule during the season, which is unheard of. It's time for you to go. And we're not going, like you said, we're not talking about him no more. No more. We're moving on from that commissioner in baseball.
Bye-bye, Commissioner.
Yeah. And before we get up out of here, we got one more question on the board, bro. And then it's in the boxing world. We got a fight coming up next month.
Repeat.
Who wins Fury versus Wilder?
It's a repeat.
So you going with Fury?
All day, all day.
Have you seen Wilder training?
I don't care if Wilder goes through a brick wall. I don't care if his punches. Listen, I don't care if
match Fury's boxing skill. That's all you're saying?
I don't care if he's training with the Marines, the CIA, the Secret Service.
Bro, but we know, but you can't.
It is not going to be Fury.
Bro, but we know Wilder. Like I think you forget. All Wilder need is one punch.
And
how many times we've seen it with Wilder? All he needs is one. He can be getting his butt kicked, but he gets off his one punch, and that is over.
He can't.
So I can't just say Fury's going to outbox him. But I think if he has a shot, I think he can knock Fury out.
Okay, and I say that he can't box. So unless he comes in, wait a minute. Unless he comes in, like Anthony Joshua did. He got
better with his skill, with his defense,
better boxer, blah blah blah.
Combinations, yeah.
I don't think Wilder has been training for that.
Yeah,
I think Wilder has been training for that. Like you said, that one punch knockout. If I get it, I'm gonna get it. That's why I think Fury's gonna outbox him. Fury's coming in with the same strategy. I'm going to box you. I'm going to hit you whenever I can. Mm-hmm. I'm going to do the same things I did from that round.
Yeah, so we know that's going
to. And you ain't going to be able to stop.
I think you got to watch. You got to go to
Deontay
Wilder's. You got to
hear a little wager coming.
Well, you got to go to Wilder's Instagram page because he has a new trainer, and this is a guy that he's fought before and sparred with, and this guy has him. It's all combo. It's not one punch like before. This training, those big power punches. This is all combination move defense. You know what I mean? Classic boxing, not fighting. Classic boxing. So, but
I better not hear no excuses this time. That's what I want to hear. I don't want to hear that. My uniform. The thing I had was heavy.
Bro, we both said that about him.
Arm thing that I got, it bothered me. No, I don't want to hear nothing in this fight. You got a new trainer. You got a new method. You got new technique, and you still gonna get your ass whooped.
All right, yeah. So yeah, we
do I hear a wager?
We'll figure that out when we get closer to the fight.
Do I hear a wager coming?
Well, we'll figure that out. Let my confidence build up first.
Okay.
The confidence, then the money comes. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going with the gypsy.
You go with Fury. I like Fury, but I
like the gypsy.
As of right now, I gotta go up my guy, Mr. Bomb Squad. Deontay.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's it.
Okay, Bumper Clock.
Talk about that's it. That's the end of the show, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go.
Go ahead before we get up out of here, bro.
Hey,
you know what
yes, sir. Fire stick, get our cable, everything on it. Less with everything, less money, less payment, everything. We're good. Pay-per-views, all sports packages, premium channels, cable, movies, TV series. 239-237-8164. That's the Fire Stick Man, the freaking Puerto Rican. Go subscribe to our pages.
Yes, yes, yes. Make sure you subscribe to all our pages, including on your favorite podcast platform, whether that's Spotify, Google Play, Apple Podcasts, wherever you like listening to podcasts. Make sure you subscribe, you comment, you like, you share. Tough as Balls. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see how it's spelled on the screen. TOUGHASBALLS. It's just like that. And if you want to follow us on social media, you can do that too. We on Facebook, we on Twitter, we're on Instagram, Tough as Balls. Just like that, Tough as Balls. And
We'll
if you
answer
want
all your questions.
yes, and you want to get at the show talking about questions, you can email us at toughasballs.com. That's email us at toughasballs@gmail.com. That's toughasballs@gmail.com. For the freaking Puerto Rican, I am the chosen one.
The Gypsy
And
King.
we will see you or talk to you next week.
Yes.
Peace.
Peace.
Gotta show and prove. If we fall down, we get back up again. It's the will inside the battle to the very end. Green light, watch that green light. Man, I worked so hard, get the team right. Had to put
La, da, dee, da, 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 dee, da, da, da.
green light, talking green light.